With the new update, I've brought you a strategy with the Angry Jelly and the Fireball with the help of the Root Rider. So let's dive in and see how this strategy works. Okay, first thing first, we're gonna go ahead and drop the Flame Flinger and then the Warden Walk. Now look at that jelly. What we have in this army, guys, is the Rockaloons and the Super Barbs to give a funnel to the Warden. Look at this. I'm taking down the buildings and defenses on these sides. Buildings and defenses. This is what I said. Because you want to direct the Warden to that eagle. That's the goal. Because take a look at the eagle value. The way we're gonna demolish that whole entire side is crazy. And look at that scaling spell. I have it in case you're walking a single or walking a monolith, something that is really cool and nice to have. Now I wasted a few Rockaloons at the beginning, that's why we can't get the mortars down, but take a look at what I'm gonna do now. This method of the invisibilities are crazy. Even though the Warden went a bit forward, that's true, even though he went forward, but sometimes you don't know, he may have gotten distracted to the left or to the right, even though, you know, sometimes there might not be the closest defenses. You know how Warden Walks work if you're doing a Warden Walk for a long time. Now you can just give access to the Warden to kill the Ice Golem. I'm doing the little funnels on the top side, making sure we come back to the lower side, because look at that, Flame Flinger got it and we are here. Now there's two different variety of starting the attack. One is with the king inside the base and queen to the outside, but one is the king to the outside and the queen then directly into the base. Now I put the rage towers on this base, and by the way, my base is fully maxed, so I wanted to bring you the maximum damage a certain TH16 can have to show you how strong the strategy is. Now the Cocoloons, of course, they're going forward, they're finding the traps, and the Root Riders in this army basically work like, how can I say it, like the Super Barge. Remember Super Barge, we had Root Riders to open the walls, and the moment they are done, you are done too. You don't need them anymore. There is no point of Root Riders staying alive. They opened everything, and the rest of the base, it's easy to get done with the king ability, of course the queen ability and the RC ability. The equipments will just get you everything. So the beginning is what is important, where you get the big box out of the way, then you start and you get a huge value out of the way, and the moment your queen is in the core, there is nothing the back end can do when you already also funneled with the Flame Flinger. That's how the strategy works in every aspect. But in general, I love the fact that we can use the Fireball with the Angry Jelly. But let's move on to another method that you can do and move with your invisibility spells. Okay, this base was actually the base I personally designed. Yes, this is the one that I designed, but I never really ran it in Legends League. The testing didn't really pass from Root Riders. But let me pause this. I'm doing a Warden Walk on a side of the base, but the whole idea is to hit the Warden Tower and get the CC troops done, also get the Town Hall and these defenses around it. So that's when we're going from a side Warden. But the good thing is, you don't need to now shoot the storages, or let's say more storages if there was here, and your Warden going a bit crazy. Now the Warden will just go for the defenses. So if you rage him up, look how fast we went through those defenses, and this is where I want to show you. We went to pull the CC. Some of you guys may not be the best players in the world. Of course, I'm not the best Warden Walk player in the world. So that's why the invisibility is now helping me to kind of gather back that Fireball and shoot the CC. We lost the healer, but look at this. The second invis is where you can keep it, and look at that jelly. You can see the target above Warden's head. That is where you cannot still pull the Warden, and the moment it's gone, you can then start your army, because the Warden will eventually get pulled if you are close by him. But the invisibility is for him to stay alive and not go deep into the damage without you being able to pull him. Now look at his Rockaloons. Something that we didn't use in this attack but we used on the last one was the funnel. But on this one, we made a huge funnel on one of the compartments, and unfortunately, because of the Tesla, the Root Riders went around. So shout out to me for this base and the traps, but still. Now I added the Royal Champion so the Root Riders don't fully go to the outside and directly just leave everything. But one thing I have in this army is the healer puppet. This is important because you're gonna rage and you can basically have a mini queen charge if your queen ever gets separated from the main army. Don't look at the army anymore, look at here. I popped the flame flinger, the Rockaloon will test for the traps, and I'm gonna rage the queen, even invest another freeze for that whole entire side because there's gonna be so much damage. And look how crazy this strategy overall looks. Like, I wanted to add the Root Riders, not like super witches or anything, because it's easier for everyone to use it, and that's how I brought up this strategy. So hopefully you enjoyed the way I explained this. You know, it's not like a crazy explanation, as we got Root Riders, you just need to get them open the walls for your heroes. But the main part is the way you ward and walk, how different you need to ward and walk for a fireball value. Simple as that. Let's move on to the last hit. Okay, this is where now we have this double rage crazy ring base. So the value you're looking for is going to be, well, that whole entire rage tower side, because guys, if you didn't know, you cannot take down the ricochet cannons with the fireball of level 20. I have it on level 20 so I can bring you these videos. I didn't upgrade it that much, so that's why we have this. Now look at that jelly, making sure Warden's ignoring all these storages, going straight for defenses, and the moment he takes down the scatter is where he's gonna target the multi. I'm going in with the double earthquake, taking down that entire side, and this is where you cannot pull. Now what I mean by this is that now that the Warden is kind of normal, what I'm doing is I'm gonna start the attack into the area where he would walk eventually. That's why then he's gonna get pulled because of the army. If you start your queen down here, I've tested it, it's not going to pull the Warden, it's a bit further away. So that's why I'm gonna start the attack and the Warden will get pulled eventually. So going around the base, of course, we have the triple ice golem CC. I wish I would have got it with my other like whole, you know, flame flinger stuff, but I didn't get it, and we don't have a poison in this army. What does that mean is that you basically need to look for the CC building to take it down. This was a base that in fact was so difficult to get the CC and a good fireball value, so only the sides of the base, like this rage tower sides, were having the decent value. Just keep freezing, guys. We have 3 freezes in this army, and of course the Skelly spell, which you can use in areas like Monolith, Single Infernos, and also Ricochet Cannons. They're important, but take a look again at what I'm telling you. We got a huge compartment that was damaged. The early damage here is getting negated with the king and also, of course, the queen and Root Riders. The side we had the royal champion added, and this side we had the flame flinger. So what happens is that the only damage of the base is basically this, and we went through that without using king and queen equipment. That's when the back end will not be able to handle all of that damage from your heroes. That's how the strategy works. Like in general, if you lose Root Rider halfway through, don't worry, your royal champion with the hog puppet or your king's gauntlet will give you the rest of the bases, and you got spells for days. If you didn't use the invisibilities for the Warden, you can use it for the champion. If you didn't use the Skelly spell for your Warden, you can use it for your champion. And in general, that's how this strategy works so nicely with the new, of course, pets, the Angry Jelly. Hopefully you like this video. Let me know what else you want to see in the Blueprint channel, because right now we have a new update, so we're trying our best to bring you new stuff and new strategies. So stay tuned for that, definitely, and hopefully you enjoyed these videos of the new pets, and in general, just let me know what else you want to see, man. Hopefully you enjoyed it again. See you soon on the next Blueprint video. Take care and peace.